So here it is, my collection of black and white 5 inches or 5.5 inches CRT TVs, and I have other CRTs in my lab, etc. But I love these, and these are all connected to my PC through some converters and stuff and cables. Okay, let's see some cinematic spectacle. I have here a music clip, Chemical Brothers, there's also the audio. Also in this TV. It depends also on the tuning. Nice video. Agreeable. Except the skeletons, of course. But yeah, they say it's art. Okay, and I can also try 60 Hz, because now it's 50 Hz. Let's try NTSC. And yeah, a pair of TVs can hold 60 Hz. This one is wobbly. I have to adjust also the vertical hold to make this thing work, but apparently these TV are engineered for 50 Hz anyways, because the image is squashed vertically. Let's put it again at 50 Hz. And this TV sometimes does this. But it fixes itself. And yeah. And the audio is only on these two TVs here, because they are through the RF with the modulator, because the audio is only there. These other TVs are with the video signal, not RF. But I don't care about the audio, because I have much better audio systems than a puny speakers. I use these TVs as monitors for fun. Sorry for the monitor of the PC. Yeah. And this is a test card. Philips test card. Yeah, not all TVs are exactly perfect, but kind. They are adjusted, but I keep adjusting these TVs constantly, because what works for something doesn't work for another thing. And the setup flows like this. There's the HDMI coming from my PC that goes to this box. This is called the HDMI to AV. This thing costs like $5 and it's self-powered through the HDMI. Anyways, this goes with the video output, composite video and audio, to the RF modulator for two TVs, and also the composite video goes on other TVs. The RF from this modulator goes to this TV and this TV. These are not modified and don't have a video input, while this has a video input, original video input, and also audio, and it's not modified, while this, and this are modified by me, because they only have antenna input, external antenna input, and I needed a composite video input probably. Anyways, this mod requires, for a weird reason, a battery. And I'm gonna explain you why in a moment, and explain you the mod. So, about the mod to have a video input on a TV like this, I did this on this and this TV, while this one here, that is also used with the composite video, originally has a video and audio input, while all the TVs just have, all the other TVs just have an external antenna input, and to use these, you have to use necessarily a modulator like that one there. So I did this mod also to have a slightly better video quality, and I'm gonna show you how to do this mod in a moment. Anyways, if your TV has one of the chips of this list here, you can do this mod. Otherwise, you can try on TVs like this. These are discrete components TV with transistors, and probably the mod can be done also here, but I'm not interested, I didn't investigate. And this other one here instead has separate chips, and I didn't investigate as well how to do this mod, but I'm not interested anyways. So, this mod works like this. You have to locate pin 5 of the list of the chips that I give you. These chips are basically all the same, just minor things change, or just the brand, and I don't know for other TVs with separate chips, I'm not sure. Anyways, I should investigate, but not at the moment. Anyways, once you locate pin 5, you have to isolate that pin from the remaining circuitry and connect your video signal to the circuitry that goes to pin 5, not to pin 5. You have to ignore how these components are connected and what components there are, because I have 3 TVs, all different, and the mod works the same. Anyways, you can use the general ground of the TV as ground for the video signal. This mod works, but it doesn't work very well. In fact, there are dark spots in the image, the contrast is fairly bad, and also you see the rescan lines. To solve this, I found that the voltage out of pin 5 is slightly higher than a video signal, so I thought of putting an AA battery in series with the video signal like this, and this will increase the voltage and it will improve the image a lot. But I know that a battery is a shitty solution. You have to put it externally. It will discharge. I thought it will last like a month probably. But I have a better solution with an electrolytic capacitor, 2 resistors, and you have to use the 10 volts, internal 10 volts of the TV that you find on a transistor, on an heatsink. It's a general voltage, easy to find on the TV. And this is a definitive solution, fairly easy. And I didn't try this, but it will work absolutely surely. So this one here is the United one that I have. Its design is, well, debatable, and the colors are awful. Anyways, this is the most modern one that I have, and it's like early 2000s. Sorry for the eye exposure for the CRTs, but it's to watch the plastic of the TV is better. Anyways, this comes from a Pilo eWest. And it just had a bad non-polarized electrolytic capacitor that I changed. It was for the horizontal of the deflection, and the image was shifted to the right. I just changed that capacitor and it worked like a charm. Now it works, let's say, perfect. This one instead is also fairly modern. It's unbranded, it's like across the 2000s. And it's a very famous model. There are a lot of these around with various colors. And this also has AM and FM radio. And I bought this for 8 euros. I lowballed from 10 euros. Anyways, and it also has a really bad quality. It just sucks. But anyways, yeah. and it's the only one with audio and video input. This one instead is my latest addition. I bought these for 15 euros, low balling from 25 euros, lol. It just has antenna input and a bunch of knobs, also for the horizontal hold. This is the only one with the horizontal hold. This one has also a FM radio, medium waves radio, and shortwave radio on a separate knob for the tuning. I love this. And it has an external power supply, and the quality is also fairly good. Anyways, I had to do a partial recap of this TV because the capacitors were fairly bad, and there were two defects. The image was distorted horizontally, that was fixed, but it remained a bit of folding on the bottom of the image. The vertical is folding a bit, it's bouncing. For some reason, I couldn't fix it at the moment, but I don't care at the end. And I like it very much. It's a bit hefty. Anyways, this is branded ISP, but I know that this is a rebranding of an Orion model, so the original model was Orion. This one here is an E-Radio, an Italian brand. This comes from a pile of E-West, and this was in terrible condition, because this was left probably under the weather for like at least a couple of years. And there are 3 fun facts. First of all, there were snails inside the TV, a lot of snails. And the second fun fact is that there was a fistful of soil inside the TV, but I suspect that it's not soil, that was a snail poop. And the third fun fact is that the snails were like 1 centimeter of size, and the TV doesn't have any hole. That is at least 1 centimeter, so probably the snails grew inside the TV, they were born inside the TV. Anyways, anything that was aluminum or iron was completely oxidized in this TV, and I had to change almost all the trim pots and a lot of electrolytic capacitors, because the electrolytic capacitors, you could literally pull them away from the PCB easily, because the aluminum of them was all oxidized, and at the end it worked. Anyways, a defect remained because the tuner doesn't work very well, because it doesn't receive very well, the image is foggy, but I don't care because this one is modded. In fact, the tuner is all rusty inside, but I don't care anyways. This one instead is a Karma. It's apparently an Italian brand of devices, electronic devices. This is bought at a flea market for 8 euros again. And this was perfect since the start. It doesn't have an external power supply, it runs directly on mains because there's an internal transformer. And I like that this TVs doesn't have a radio except this one and this one, because I don't like combos. If a thing has a purpose, I like that it has just that purpose. I don't know why. I feel it more authentic for some reason. I don't know. This isn't special in any way, but it has a stand and I like it. This is another E-Radio, Italian brand. I like this more because this is more vintage. This is from the late 80s, and it has a smaller screen, and the screen is flat. It's a flat screen tube, and it's called Il-Radio Il Formica, and Formica means ant, the insect. And I really like it, except the fact that there's a longer antenna, because it's not original. This was has been fixed in the past. Anyways, this comes from a pile of E-West, and it just had a broken trim pot for the adjustment of the internal supply voltage, and also the PCB was broken. I had to fix it, but nothing major. And also the AGC trim pot needed to be fixed, to be adjusted. But this works very well. It has a really good quality. I like it. Yeah, and it only has external antenna input. It's not modded. So thank you for having watched my video, and bye.